Hey guys, welcome back here to the channel. This is DJ with DJ on a Wing. So glad you joined me for another episode right here on my channel. And this is my Honda Goldwing right here. It's a GL 1800 2008 airbag model. Something I've always wanted to do on this motorcycle right here is install a dash camera system. With all the crazy things going on out on the road out here, people hitting you and just taking off on you, and your motorcycle parked in a parking lot and someone hit you while you parked out there and you've got no record of what happened. All kinds of crazy stuff like that. And for that reason, I've always wanted to get a motorcycle dash camera system. The folks at INNOVV were so kind to send me their new K7 Dash Camera system. It's 2 cameras, front and rear. And the highest resolution you can record is 2K up front and 2K in the rear. We'll get into some of those details here in just a second. But I want to thank INNOVV for sending me out this product. And just after we roll the intro here in a second, we're going to get into what's in the box, some of the details and specifics of the actual system. And then we're actually going to install this on the motorcycle right here. I'll see you guys right after the intro. Okay guys, so welcome back right here. This is the INNOVV K7 Dash Camera system right here that INNOVV was so kind to send out to me this week. Let's get into the packaging. Really well packaged and presented right here as a product. And when we open this up, it looks really great. When we look into the actual system right here, INNOVV K7 is a high-end motorcycle dash cam. It has a dual recording channels for front and rear cameras. These are the cameras right here. You have a couple choices right here for resolution when recording with these cameras. The highest resolution is 2K up front, 2K in the rear, and this is at 30 frames per second. Or you have the choice of going 1080p up front, 1080p in the rear, and that's at 60 frames per second. And then another option you have is 1080p up front, 1080p up in the rear at 30 frames per second, and at that resolution you can use the electronic image stabilization right there. The cameras right here also have a wide f1.8 aperture for crystal clear footage and images, even in the lowest of light conditions right here. So let's grab these cameras out of the box right here. So one of the cameras right here is a 1.5 meter extension cord right here. The other camera right here has a 2 meter extension cord right here. Okay, both the cameras are exactly the same. So depending on how your motorcycle is configured, you can choose where you're going to put which camera, front or rear, depending on the length of cabling you need to get there. So the system also comes with a one-touch remote control right here. The remote control is great, and this you can mount somewhere up on the front on your dash, on your handlebar, or somewhere in that region right there. It shows you the status of the system, your Wi-Fi status, your GPS connectivity, and also the recording status of what's happening with your system. Also, this has a push button control right here. You push the button one time and it saves the current video clip that's being recorded and prevents overwrite of that actual clip. If you push it 2 times, 2 clicks, it'll actually take a photo of what the cameras are viewing at that moment. And if you hold this down for 10 seconds, it'll perform a factory reset. So like a one-touch multi-function remote control right there. Okay, the INNOVV unit also comes with their DVR unit right here. All the cables on the end is for the connections for a external microphone, the remote control, the cameras, all those kinds of different things. Also for power that comes from the motorcycle. Every plug is color coded, so you can't get confused about which cable has to go in which area. Also on the side of the box right there, there's a waterproof little section sealed right here. And this is where the SD card gets installed into the actual unit right here. Now, for recording purposes, you can use up to 512 gig. But just in reading some of the information online, this is the same way you're going to use to install the firmware updates to this. And unfortunately, for right now, if I understand things correctly, the biggest size card you can use for installing firmware updates is a 32 gig card right here, SD card right here. So to install the firmware updates, you have to go to your laptop or desktop or whatever it may be, and you then download the firmware from the site, install it onto that SD card, you put it into the DVR unit right here, and when you start the unit up, once you supply power from the motorcycle, first thing it'll do is it'll see the firmware update and it'll start updating the system, and you'll see the status of the update on the actual lights here on the remote control. Okay, the INNOVV unit also comes with a GPS unit which you will install somewhere on your dash of your motorcycle, and the refresh rate of the GPS is 10 Hertz, meaning that every second your location is refreshed 10 times within a second. Right? So this is really great to have on your motorcycle. Supplies speed and GPS coordinates for where you are located. Okay, so also in the box right here, it comes with some pretty detailed instructions. One of the things I really like about this unit right here is that it comes with parking mode, and parking mode will activate automatically when the engine is turned off, and it uses the built-in G sensor to detect vibration or impacts to your vehicle, and it'll record a short clip from the cameras when the parking mode is triggered. Okay, let's have a look to see. This box is labeled mounts, and there's another box labeled mounts in here. In this first box I just opened, the unit also comes with an external microphone, and if you want to record audio to your video recordings, you will then install this onto the unit and place the microphone somewhere on your motorcycle so that it'll pick up the noise of your or the sound of your motorcycle, first of all, if you want to have a record of your recordings, and then also whatever happens around you in the event, the unfortunate event of an accident or anything like that, or if parking mode is activated, it'll record what's happening around the vehicle. Okay, so great option right there. So it comes with a variety of different types of mounts right here. Mounting things to the handlebars, different ways to mount your camera to different portions in front of the bike or part in the rear of the bike. Once I get figured out where everything wants to go, I want to make a decision about where I'm going to mount everything. And then it also comes with the 3M tape right here, so that you can mount it using 3M tape instead of any of the hardware mounting units right here. Okay. In the second mounting box right here, this is my power cable for the INNOVV DashCam unit right here. And as you can see, it has the black for your negative or ground, red for your positive, and yellow is for your ignition switch. And there is a fuse on the ignition switched wire, and there's also a fuse on your positive wire right here. Okay, so there we have it, guys. Our DVR, our microphone, our GPS unit right here, our remote control, the 2 cameras. We have our mounting units right here, our mounting clips, bunch of 3M tape that they sent, and then also the wiring for connecting this to the battery of the motorcycle. Let's get into installing this baby. Okay, so getting ready to start the install right here on the Honda Goldwing. First thing we got to do right here is remove the seat so I can have access to run all the wiring and also find a place to put the DVR unit down below the seat right here. And also going to remove the side panel right here so we can have access to the positive and negative terminals of the battery. And also right back in here is where my accessories switch is right here for the motorcycle. Okay guys, so we just got done installing this front camera. I just have it hanging loose right here, but it's going to install right underneath here with some 3M tape that was supplied by INNOVV right here. I'm going to leave it loose for right now until I have everything connected. But I just ran this up underneath the dash right here. And for those of you that own the Goldwing, there's a cubby right here. I took this cubby out and ran the wiring underneath it, down the side of the radiator, and then out through underneath the frame right here and into the middle right here. And I found a place under the wire loom right here where I am going to be sticking my DVR unit right here, where it's out of the way and it won't get bothered by the seat being taken off and being put on. So let's go to the installation of this rear camera right here. I am going to be installing the rear camera back here on the screws of the license plate back here, so it's going to be a pretty easy install, and just going to be pushing it underneath the gap here along the box and feeding it underneath the frame right here so I can get it back to where this DVR unit is right here. Let's get to this rear camera. Okay guys, so we just got done installing the INNOVV K7 Dash Camera system. I finished the install yesterday, and by the time I was done it was already dark outside, so I took some footage last night riding in the dark after sunset with the dash camera system running in 2K resolution in both the front and the rear camera right there. And yeah, I wanted to take some daytime footage as well for you guys. First of all, I want to show you how sleek this design looks on the bike right here. First of all, front camera installed right here, beautiful aluminum casing right here, IP67 waterproof. It is just starting to rain right now and not having to worry about whether this is going to get wet or not. I stuck this up on here with the 3M tape that they provided, and yeah, it's pretty solid right there. Ran the cabling up underneath the dash right here, behind all the paneling, and I have right underneath the seat right here, I have the DVR installed right here. On the other side of the motorcycle, I have the GPS and also the remote installed right here. Once again, the remote shows all the functionality happening, the status of the actual system right there. One press saves the current video, a double press takes a photograph, and if I hold that button down for 10 seconds it'll do a factory reset. Looks like it actually came on the motorcycle like that. And then right here in the rear, for now I have the dash cam installed on the license plate right over here. And what I am actually going to do as soon as I get the chance to do that is I'm going to move this camera right up underneath this luggage rack that I have installed right here. You guys that watch my channel, you know that I very often ride with a trailer attached, and when I have the trailer hitched, it actually gets in the way of that camera picking up vehicles behind me. So I left the trailer unhitched for that reason today, so that I could take some footage out on the road out here. But yeah, so unfortunately in the package provided, you will notice on this front camera right here, they provided a flat, oh, if I can get in there and you guys can see that, this little flat mount that you can put the 3M tape and attach it to that. And they only provided one of these mounts, so I've got to get on their website and see if I can get a second one, so that I can mount the rear camera this same way in that same configuration in the back right there. But no big hassle. It's going to be something pretty easy to do, just to move that wiring real quick. But yeah, so let's get up and out on the road. And I want to give you guys some daytime footage. As you can see, the drops on my seat and everywhere on the bike. It is starting to rain right now. You can see that here on the windshield right here. But we're going to get out on the road. I'll do some riding on surface streets. I'll do some riding on the freeway. And I'll run, sometimes I'll have the video side by side of the two dash cams, or I'll have the 360 camera right here, or my GoPro's running as well, and we can compare what some footage look like. Obviously the dash cam is not going to look exactly the same quality wise. They are not action cameras, and I am recording everything on my GoPros in 4K. The Insta360 X5 back here is 5K 30 frames per second back there. So yeah, let's hit the road. And I said this in the video I recorded last night, but I'll repeat this one more time again. Thank you to INNOVV. They did not pay me to do this review and install of the motorcycle for you guys to see what this looks like, but they did send me a unit for free to be able to do this. So thank you for them. They did not offer me any payment for, or any instruction of what to say in the videos, or whatever you hear from me, that's my own opinions on the system. I had a view of the footage last night and some footage I took yesterday, and absolutely superb. I'm very happy with the way this looks. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and yeah, so grateful. If you guys want to know anything about any of the INNOVV products, they have a whole array of different products, from dash cameras to CarPlay units to what do you call those sensors that you have on the side of your motorcycle to see if vehicles are coming on the side of you, that you can attach to your mirrors up in front here. All those kinds of different things. Go to their website, INNOVV, INNOVV.com, INNOVV.com. Check out their products, give them a visit. I've been very happy with the quality of this dash cam unit, and yeah, definitely looking forward to reviewing more of their products if they are willing to send me some of those. But let's hit the road right here and see what things look like. Yep, let's do it. Like I was saying just a little bit earlier, I am recording 2K resolution on both cameras, and just driving down at freeway speeds. We're doing about 70 miles per hour right now, so you guys can get an idea of what the quality of the footage looks like at 2K. There is no electronic image stabilization, so we'll see what this comes out like. But as I approach vehicles, or as vehicles approach me from the rear, it'll give you a good idea of how visible license plates, for example, which is exactly why we use these on our motorcycles, how clear those license plates will be, to be able to read in the event of us needing the information of those vehicles. Kind of switch between the front camera and the rear camera, maybe have them both side by side, to give you guys an idea of what's happening around me and what that looks like visually in this 2K resolution and mode right here. I wasn't expecting it to be raining today, but it actually made the day nice and cool. Yesterday it was so hot out here in California. I'll get off on this exit right here and we'll do a little bit of driving on surface streets. On the freeway we were averaging somewhere around 60 miles per hour. Top speed was probably around 70 miles per hour, so going to be interesting to see how that deals with the shaking around on the freeways here without the stabilization in 2K. These streets we're going to be on here right now, speed limits are around 45 to 50 miles per hour. So as we approach vehicles here at the light now, you can see how clear license plates look. Nobody behind me right now, so oh, here we go, there's a vehicle approaching behind me, so you guys can kind of see what that looks like in the rear camera. I don't mind riding in the rain, but I particularly don't like riding when it's just starting to rain and the roads are so slippery. This is our first rains after the summer season. Today I believe is the first day of fall. There's a vehicle behind me. Hopefully he has a license plate up on the front of it. No, he doesn't have a license plate. Okay guys, so I think that'll give you a pretty good idea of, let me get around this vehicle and get another vehicle behind me or come in front of this vehicle so you guys can see if he has a front license plate. Let's see how clearly we can pick that up on the camera. Yes, he does. But once I pass through this light right here, I think I've given you guys enough of an idea of what the footage looks like during the daytime. I'm gonna switch right here to some of the footage I took last night, and that'll give you an idea of what the cameras look like at nighttime. Okay guys, so I wanted to get out at nighttime and give you guys a view of what the INNOVV looks like at nighttime while you're riding out. And right now the view you guys are seeing is, as you can see from our 360 camera back up there, that's the Insta360 X5. And right now I'll switch to the front view of the INNOVV for you. You can get a view of what the visibility of this license plate up ahead of me is like right here. I'm still shooting 2K up front and 2K on the rear. We'll hit the 405 freeway here just for a little bit so you can see what that looks like, as I don't have any vehicles behind me, but as soon as we do get them, I will switch to that rear camera and you can see what that camera looks like now at 2K front and rear. There is no image stabilization, but the picture quality looks a heck of a lot better than at 1080p, which is where image stabilization is activated. 1080p at 30 frames per second. So I'll switch right here to my rear camera of the INNOVV right here, shooting in 2K. You guys can kind of see the vehicles coming behind me, how well you are able to read those license plates from behind. I'll keep switching here from front to rear camera kind of randomly, and you can get an idea of what this looks like right here. Once again, for comparison right here, I'll switch to my Insta360 camera. Now I say for comparison, but these dash cameras cannot be compared to an action camera. They're not the same thing, but I just love the quality of this INNOVV. I love the function that it serves, and I love the ability to be able to have footage right here if anything unfortunate were to happen out on the road, or if I witness something out on the road, I'm able to put that footage up as proof of what occurred. And yeah, once again, just switching from my front camera to my front camera on the INNOVV right here. I'm gonna get into this right lane right here, and as this car approaches me from behind, you guys can get an idea of what the visibility like. I can't see in my rearview mirror if he has a plate on his front of his vehicle. But we'll get on surface streets right here in just a second, and you'll be able to see what the vehicle looks like coming up behind me when I'm stopping at lights and that kind of thing. Let's get off right here. was a quick stop. So there's a vehicle pulling up right behind me. I'll have that rear camera up so you guys can see what that vehicle looked like and what the visibility of that license plate was like. Yes, he has one up on the front of his vehicle. And so guys, as I come to the end of this video, I'll still ride a bit here down the surface streets, and you guys can get some views as vehicles come behind me. Maybe I'll put the cameras side by side right here with each other, and you guys can kind of compare what the footage looks like. If you can see, especially license plates, that's the important thing, right? How visible those are. But I just wanted to take this opportunity right here to thank INNOVV for sending me out this unit. Once again, we are using the INNOVV K7 Dash Camera. And just a quick recap right there are 3 modes you can shoot in: 1080p front and rear at 60 frames per second, 1080p front and rear at 30 frames per second, and in that mode you can use the EIS, the electronic image stabilizer. And then the mode that I am shooting in right now is 2K in the front, 2K in the rear. This is something I've been wanting to install for a really long time on my motorcycle, and INNOVV were kind enough to send me a unit for me to test and also give my review on the actual unit, and so thank you to them. And just so that you guys know up front, I did get the dashcam unit for free, but they are not paying me for doing my review, nor did they tell me what I need to say about the camera. I'm just basically letting you guys see for yourself what the camera is capable of. So with that being said, guys, have a good one, stay safe where you guys are. Once again, this is DJ on the wing right here, and I'll see you guys out on the next video.